We're going to give just a couple of seconds here. I know we had another committee member trying to join, and she was having some technical issues as well. So hopefully she'll be on here in just a moment. Dara, are you with us?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my camera is not working, I guess, because I can't.
Okay.
I'm not up there where you can see me, but I am here.
All right, not a problem. All right, this is a meeting of the TAPERS Retirement Committee. It's Tuesday, March 16th, 2021 at 11:32 a.m. We'll call the meeting to order. Present today is, if you'll say here, Mayor Allen Brown. Are you there's
here?
The mayor.
Here.
All right, Director Lainey Harris. I see there's Director Harris. Debbie Nolte, committee member. Dara Cornett, committee member.
Here.
Tyronda, finance director for the city, and myself, Melissa Langkennig, I'm personnel administrator. Dr. Kenny Haskins, city manager, is also a committee member on this committee, and he's unable to attend today. Briefly, we'll just introduce the new committee members. We recently had 2 new city council members appointed. That's Mayor Allen Brown and then Director Lainey Harris. Debbie Nolte has been on the committee for several years, and Kenny Haskin has served on the committee as the city manager. Our newest committee member is Dara Cornett, who was confirmed by the city council yesterday. So welcome to all of you. We're going to be discussing amendments to the TAPERS plan, the fund plan today. These documents have been prepared by the fund plan attorney, Craig Westbrook. He's with Overby, Striegel, Boyd, and Westbrook PLC. There are 3 specific things that we'll be discussing today. I'll give you a little background on the first one. We're going to be discussing Article 2, eligibility and participation, 2.01 eligibility requirements. If you look at the document that was provided to you previously, the TAPERS fund plan with the proposed tracked changes, that's going to be on page 2-1. And I'll give you some background information on this. The city has 1 district court clerk position. That position was recently vacated when the district court clerk retired. That position, by state statute, Act 1375 for Arkansas, is required to be a participant in the state's retirement plan, the TAPERS plan. We currently have people in that department who would like to be considered for appointment to the vacant position as district court clerk. The people with the most longevity in that department are currently participants in TAPERS. In order for them to be considered for the position of district court clerk, we would have to allow them to cease their benefit in TAPERS or accruing additional benefit in TAPERS. They would maintain the benefit they already have, but they would cease to accrue benefit in TAPERS and would be enrolled in the TAPERS plan. In order for that to happen, we would have to amend the current TAPERS plan document. If you look at page 2-1,
Hey, Melissa.
Proposed by the attorney, it says, if a participant otherwise eligible under the above paragraphs of this section Such employee met the eligibility requirements and entered this plan as of June 30th, 2012 or before, and is not excluded, becomes eligible to participate in another plan with respect to service with the employer. The participant shall cease to benefit under this plan, TAPERS, and the benefit of such participant shall be frozen as of the date of such participation in another plan. If such individual later ceases to participate in such other plan, then the individual shall resume participation in TAPERS, and the participant's benefit under TAPERS shall be calculated considering all of the service and compensation while the participant was actively participating in TAPERS, and not counting service and compensation while not an active participant in TAPERS.
I got a
Basically,
question.
Attorney Westbrook has confirmed that the law forbids or prohibits a person from continuing to accrue years of service credit in two separate plans at the same time. So a person could not be enrolled in TAPERS and in APERS and continue to accrue benefit for the same years of service. So this would require a person for their benefit to be frozen, enroll in the other plan, and if at some point they are no longer in that position, they would resume their participation in the TAPERS plan. Does anyone have any questions?
Melissa, can they roll that money into the APERS? Can they do a direct rollover of what they've got in the TAPERS plan to the APERS?
No, sir.
They have to just remain in there. So if they never if they do retire, then they would just draw the retirement benefit off what they have built up in TAPERS and what they have built up in the other. They would draw both.
Correct.
All right.
But the APERS would only consider the years of service
That they
from
enrolled
the
in the
time they
APERS
were
plan.
enrolled. Yes,
Right.
sir. There would be no dual accrual of benefit.
So if we hire one of these positions in the district court from a previous one of these employees that are eligible for that position, then that's what we're going to have is both. That employee would have the TAPERS, they've accrued in TAPERS the whole time they're there, and then they would have to enroll in the APERS plan.
Correct.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Melissa, can you hear me? This is Dara.
Yes, ma'am.
So this only affects the district court employees. This is not anything to do with our other employees, like our CRC employees and the ones that were not vested when the plan closed.
Correct. Those employees who were transferred over to Texas are what are considered vested employees. They're continuing to earn their years of service in the Texas plan, but those apply to their TAPERS plan. So at whatever time they retire from Texas, they are eligible also to retire with their TAPERS benefit. But the position of district court clerk is the only one that by state statute is required to be in the APERS plan. So we haven't experienced this particular situation. Up until now, that position had been appointed from outside of the city. It wasn't a current city employee wanting to be considered for the position. So this is kind of a new scenario for us. Any other questions? All right, we'll move on to the next proposed change. It is Article 6. It's on page 6.2 of the plan document that was sent to you. This is a change that came as a result of the Secure Act that was passed December of 2019 and went into effect January 1st of 2020. And it changes the age for required minimum distributions from 70 and a half to 72. So this is not something that that we brought up. This is something that needs to be done to bring the plan in compliance with the federal statute. 6.04 required distributions would read as follows: notwithstanding any other provision of this plan, distribution shall commence no later than the required beginning date effective January 1, 2020. The required beginning date is April 1 following the latter of 1, the calendar year in which the participant reaches age 72, or 2, the calendar year in which the participant retires, provided that if the participant attained age 70 and a half before January 1, 2020, 70 and a half shall be substituted for 72. As I said, this is a general housekeeping item that brings our plan into compliance with the IRS regulations. Any questions on that? All right. The last change would be to restate the effective date or the restatement date of the plan. And that would be on page 1.1 in the introduction. And it would read, the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, and Arkansas Municipal Corporation has previously established, effective July 1, 1979, a pension plan for certain of its employees. The employer desires to amend and restate its employees' pension plan effective, and it would be the date that the City Council approved the plan change would be inserted there. And then also on page 1.4, that effective date is also stated there in section 1.10, and effective date of this plan amended and restated shall mean, and again, the date that the City Council approves the changes and the restatement date would be inserted there. Any questions on that item? Okay. If there's no further discussion, would anyone like to make a motion? It would be
I mean,
a
I'd
motion.
make a motion that we approve them because we need to.
All right. Can I get a second, please? This
I'll
would be,
second.
okay. All right, we'll take a vote. Mayor Brown, how do you vote?
Yes.
Director Harris?
Yes.
Debbie Nolte? Did we lose Miss Debbie? Debbie, can you hear me? I think your microphone's muted. Can you unmute Miss Debbie? Debbie, are you there? All right, we'll come back. Dara, how do you vote?
Yes.
I'm still not seeing Miss Debbie. All right. With a motion and a second and 3 votes for this vote to amend the plan as discussed for Article 2, eligibility and participation, Section 2.01, eligibility requirements. Article 6, form of benefits, 6.04, required distributions. And page 1-1, restatement of the effective date, and Article 1, definitions 1.10, effective date will be amended. And that vote is carried 3-0. All right, is there any other business that anyone wants to put on the table?
I don't have anything for this, but I was trying to get some information about the plan. How would I go about that?
I have the most recent valuation that came from GRS, who is the
Mhm.
actuary that handles this plan. And I'm happy to forward that information to you by email following the meeting.
Okay.
That's
Like,
acceptable.
what is his investment strategy? You know, like how much income is it getting from, and how is it an investment? Like I said, what is the plan investment strategy? You know, is it a moderate? Is it, you know, is it aggressive or something? Like, I would like to see in what area of stocks, if they invest in stock, and like what type of income are they getting for the plan, and what's the input that they getting, how much money, like are they beating the S&P 500, are they beating the NASDAQ, or do we got anything involving NASDAQ plan and all that? And I just want to see what is the strategy is they use. I know they professional, but I just want to look and see what
Absolutely.
direction is the plan is going into, and how
Absolutely.
solid would the plan be in the next 5 to 10 years. So
Okay, I'm happy to send you both the valuation from GRS and then also the latest information we have from Stevens,
Uh-huh.
who handles the investment portfolio. And I
Okay.
can send that information. In fact, I'll send both of those most recent reports out to all of the committee members following this meeting. So y'all have that to review. I realize with you being brand new to the committee, there's probably a lot of questions that you'll have moving forward, but I will get all that information out to y'all today.
All right, thank you.
Sir. All right, if there's no other business, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
All right. A second?
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All right. Thank you for your time. We appreciate your service to the city. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you. Mhm.
Thank you.